I think that people overvalue the just psychological approach to these things. It's a storytelling. And the characters are memorable, not by how nuanced they are, but how strong they are. I believe that a strong character, you can nuance it by how that character interacts with the other characters and the world around her or him.
I wish I could tell you that Del bounced back and made a truly great film. I wish I could tell you that, but his filmography is no fairy tale world. Blade 2. Oh, let's see. He didn't get a screenwriting credit. Oh. I guess I could look at how he directed it. Might be something in there. Hellboy is Guillermo's fifth, halfway to The Shape of Water, and frankly, it's a fine picture. For what it is, it's hard to find much wrong with a theatrical release, even when it makes you groan a little bit. The movie's overall tone is a perfect fit for Del Toro's strengths and shortcomings.
What's on your arm?
He gets to cram all kinds of visual details into it, and the screenplay is allowed to be a little sloppy with the plot particulars while featuring some great dialogue.
What is that thing? Let me go ask.
I guess fans of the original comic were disappointed that it wasn't darker and edgier and all of that, but you gotta keep in mind that Del T was stuck with a PG-13 rating, and you gotta give him credit for coming up with some creative ways to make it as violent as he did. And it seems like almost the perfect amount of control systems were placed around him. Sure, some stuff slipped through the cracks, but his zaniest ideas did get canned.
I originally wanted Hellboy to be born in a, 30-story high crib in 1944. And Mike made a very good argument and a very quick one. He said the key to some of the things that work in the comic is simplicity. So that happened many times.
I don't remember saying that. I just remember going, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. The crib was something I just said. And then the GIs run out and get ladders so they can climb up and look into the crib. No. I don't know.
So to all of those who stood before the bull, the film appreciates your service.
I had an idea too.
Just to play opposite that, I think
You know, I tell you this, since he's going to be chest naked only once, this can be confusing. And like, is it a scar?
But I think that's cool. All right, be confusing. But
It's your confusing design.
The value of those services becomes especially clear while watching the extended cut of the film, which happens to be Guillermo's preferred version, and is also a total shit show. It's pretty shocking how much a mere 11 minutes can damage a 2-hour-long movie. There's some extra time with the bad guys, who maybe aren't interesting enough to warrant that time, but hey, it doesn't ruin anything else, and maybe they're totally awesome, what do I know? What isn't totally awesome is the romance plot, and Hellboy's poorly written new handler.
Oh, you've lost a lot of blood.
I handpicked you from a roster of over 70 Academy graduates. In medieval stories, there is often a young knight who is inexperienced, but pure of heart.
Come on. Look, I am not pure of heart. Yes, you are.
This is nothing. You know it'll kill me, don't you?
Okay, Red, let's get you home. Come on.
And the director's cut doubles down on all of that. Watch as it completely destroys the movie's tone and pacing while also being completely shitty.
Man down. Do you read? Do you read? Quarry Moss, do you read me? Quarry Moss, do you read me? Man down.
Feels good to be outside.
Now, I get that the movie had to have a romance that it probably didn't have to have and wasn't in the comics because Guillermo befriended James Cameron while working on Mimic, and James definitely told him that big-budget movies need big-time romances to fill seats because that's what he's always done, and there's no denying that's an effective strategy, but really, did you also have to put this guy into the middle of it and add tension or something, all the while describing him as this great guy whose literal one job is to make sure the planet has a happy Hellboy?
Liv, there's something I need for you to hear, and it's
Well, will it take long? Because I'm actually going out.
out. Out?
Yeah, for a cup of coffee. But go ahead, read.
Are you going alone?
No, Myers is taking me.
Hey, your chili's getting cold.
Not hungry.
Which takes us to the worst and best scene in the movie. It's great because all the dialogue with this kid is really good, but the action itself makes no sense because this handler character would never do any of this. Even Del Tusti has no idea what's going on with the character's relationship with Hellboy.
The friendship,
Come on, Jan. Let's go fight some monsters.
unlikely friendship between Myers and Hellboy, really doesn't come to fruition in the movie until the last 2 minutes of the film. I didn't want this movie to be a buddy movie where he says, look, I don't like you, I don't need you, and the other guy says, we're going to work together.
You all right?
And I wanted to have a real
Myers.
dislike
Yeah.
from Hellboy. And
How's your arm?
But it's never really an overt dislike.
You did it, buddy. You did it.
Well, later it gets a little.
well, what happens is Hellboy really feels this is his job.
Right.
This is the only thing he gets to do. I mean, the guy is locked in a bunker for decades and decades, and they only pull him out to fight monsters. And there's this snotty brat trying to, get his job.